ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Off the Rip podcast. This is episode 12. I'm your co-host, Bailey Berry.
I'm your co-host, Tucker Hall.
And today, there's a lot to talk about today. A lot of cool things have happened. A lot of sad things have happened.
Yeah.
Like, sad things not in a devastating way. Well, a little bit devastating. Sad,
yeah.
We'll get to it, but we got a lot to talk about. So thank you for being here. As always, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it helps us out tremendously, and it really brings us more inspiration, and we just really appreciate it if you subscribe. And thank you for being here. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for coming, tuning on, or tuning in. Like Bailey said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. We're reaching for 100 by the end of the year. You guys have showed out, especially support on the Instagram page.
Dude, no, for real.
Yeah, like the Instagram page is popping off, and we really appreciate that. Like we always say, turn that follow into a subscribe. Mm-hmm. It's free, it costs you no money, and it really supports us and helps us out. Helps us bring you guys like more guests too. Like
exactly.
The bigger our following gets, the bigger we can pull guests.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, 100%.
When we can justify something being like, yo, like 250 people, 400, 500 people are going to see this, like more people are more apt to come on.
Exactly.
But yeah, we really appreciate you guys. And to go back to what you were saying a minute ago about devastation,
yeah,
we got to go ahead and air it out, bro. We talk so highly about 293, UFC 293.
Oh, man.
Our boy Izzy, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I do.
Well, we know what happened, but it's...
We saw it happen.
It's rough. Just a moment of silence for Izzy.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude got fucking rocked first round is what you were telling me. No. I didn't get to watch it.
First round.
I was too busy watching some other crazy shit happen.
Yeah.
But
no, I didn't have anybody to watch it with, so I legally streamed this one. But yeah.
He said legally.
Yeah, legally streamed. Crackstreams.com. Yeah, dude. Man, that first round. This is my take and my opinion on it. Objectively viewing the fight. I don't think that Izzy is used to feeling this much pressure. Like, usually he's the one, he is the main dance partner. He's the one leading the fight, applying the pressure. Granted, he does shine in counter-striking. Like, Izzy is a counter-striker. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I know so. But Sean, first of all, Sean Strickland definitely has a screw loose. Let's go ahead and say that. Granted, I gained a little bit more respect for him. Just a little bit. I listened to his Nelk Boys interview after the fight as well. Mm-hmm. I agree with some of the things he says, and the other things he says is like, dude, this guy is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, Izzy's not used to that much pressure. He's not used to someone coming out balls to the wall, just applying the pressure to him. Sean Strickland has lost to Alex Pereira. Sean Strickland has lost to Jared Cannonier. He was on a 2-fight win streak, got a shot at the title, and somehow he came out with the dub. Izzy has beat Alex Pereira. Granted, he's 1-1 with him, or really 3-1.
He's only beat him once.
He's only beat him once. In the UFC, they're 1-1. But Izzy's beat Jared Cannonier, who Sean lost to, and then Sean ends up beating Izzy. Mm-hmm. And it's just every round, I think he just rocked Izzy in the first round. Izzy was wobbly for the rest of the fight. I think Sean got in his head because Sean is just this out-of-pocket character who's crazy and doesn't care what people think of him at all, which I respect that aspect of him. But he really does not care at all. And after that first round, getting rocked, Izzy maybe got the third round, but that's all I would give to him. And I love Izzy. I want to give Izzy at least 2 or 3 rounds, but viewing that fight objectively, Sean easily got 4 out of the 5 rounds of that fight.
That's absolutely nuts.
You know what I mean? And it's horrible. I hate saying that, but I mean, Sean showed up, and it's like, I don't know if Izzy beat himself or I mean, Izzy may have been in his head, and that was Izzy's worst performance, and then maybe that was Sean Strickland's best performance ever, which it might have been.
I think it might be.
Because it was crazy.
I didn't watch the fight. I watched some highlights. I didn't get to finish them all.
Yeah.
But from what everybody's saying and what I've seen a little bit of the fight, everybody was like, Izzy didn't win a round.
Yeah.
Izzy was completely and utterly like blanketed by his pressure.
Exactly.
And like what you were saying about Izzy being a counter striker, I don't think Izzy's used to somebody putting that amount of pressure on him while also not really giving a fuck about what's coming.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because like Alex Pichetta, he can throw a punch and hit Izzy, but Izzy can counter it, and it's kind of like a 1-for-1 exchange.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sean is getting hit in the head, just like, hit me again.
Yeah,
like, I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
So Izzy is just like, and especially getting rocked in the first round, he's like, what the hell can I do?
Yeah, exactly.
Get in his own head and almost beat himself to the point to where Sean's just got to stick to his game plan for the next 4 rounds, take the belt home, which is what happened.
Exactly. Sean didn't show the respect for Izzy. You know what I mean? Fighters get in there and like, okay, this dude has had 8 title defenses.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So they get in there and they're like, okay, he knows what he's doing. Sean put all of that out of the question. You know what I mean? He went for the kill and he got the kill.
Yeah. Which honestly, at that point, like I know we shit talk Sean and everything like that, but at the same time, it's like at the end of the day, every fighter, love him or hate him, you gotta respect them because they get in that ring and they're going to battle with some of the most dangerous men on the fucking planet.
100%.
So as soon as you step in that ring, it's just like, bro, I don't like you, but respect.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
I have respect for all these guys.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like outside of the ring, he's kind of a jackass.
Yeah. Oh, and this actually came about because of this fight. And let me know what you think on it. Izzy, in his past 3 fights, granted he's been a champ for a while. In Izzy's past 3 fights, he's won 1 and lost 2. But he's the next in line because he held the belt. Granted, he held the belt for a long time.
Yeah.
Izzy gets first shot at the belt.
Yep.
Aljamain Sterling lost his belt to Sean O'Malley. And Aljamain Sterling got the belt and defended it 3 times, right? Aljamain is not the next in line to get his shot at Sean.
Really?
But Izzy is Izzy's lost his past 2 out of 3 fights. You know what I mean? Aljamain Sterling was like 10-1. Like that one being the loss to Sugar Sean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they want to like throw Cheeto at him.
Yeah.
At Sean.
I think it's a money grab.
Yeah, I think it's a money grab too.
I think so because like what we were saying is like, or I guess what I said a couple pods back was like, I don't really know Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
I didn't really know him before this fight.
Yeah,
I have a ton of respect for him now.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to know his name and watch him now.
Of course.
But he doesn't have that following like Izzy does.
Yeah.
Izzy has the hype factor, the draw factor. So I think that's where that's coming from.
Yeah.
Plus, he does have a little bit more extensive of a title record than Aljamain does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true, yeah.
I think that's why that's the reason, but I don't think that's fair.
I don't think it's fair either.
I think especially if somebody takes the belt from you, that's your next fight.
Exactly.
Immediately.
I think
it's
so
like
as well.
they beat your ass,
Yeah.
here's your money.
Yeah.
Here's your chance to go win your money back.
And they do it with all the big fighters. Like whenever...
They do.
You know what I mean?
They
whenever
do.
Kamaru Usman lost, he was the next one in line for Leon. Granted, he lost again, which is crazy.
And then at that point, it's like, now you fall.
Yeah.
Because you got to work your way back up. He beat your ass twice. He's the champion.
Exactly.
I totally agree with that, but that's weird.
I think so too, but I mean, it is a business. Dana White is a great businessman. He really is. But in respect to the fighters, the people that are bringing you the money, I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's been moments in the past where Dana's been questioned about that.
Yeah, he has.
About his respect for the fighters versus his bottom line.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there has been some fighters that have pissed off and left because of that reason.
Fighter pay.
Yeah, fighter pay, and people, you know, bitch about it all the time. Which I agree, but I think there's always, just like everything in life, I think there's a happy medium.
Yeah.
And the answer lies somewhere in the middle. So I think Dana should probably be less worried about his bottom line, but the fighters need to understand that it's a business.
Yeah.
You know, so we need to meet him in the middle, a happy ending for everybody.
No, dude, I couldn't agree more. I completely agree.
What happened to the Tai Tuivasa fight?
Oh, dude, man. Alexander Volkov. I mean, he put it on him.
Really?
You know what I mean? He put it on. I watched the fight starting round 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first round is when I started watching the Izzy fight. So I didn't watch the Tai Tuivasa fight, but Tai lost. What sucks because they were fighting in Australia. Tai's from Australia.
Yeah, hometown.
Izzy's fights out of Auckland, New Zealand.
Yep.
Which is like descendants from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I just remember getting on Instagram and then seeing the picture of Tai just laying on the ground, and then it being like, dang, Bam, because that's his nickname is Bam Bam. Bam Bam goes down, and I'm like, what? I'm like, dang, Tai lost, and I was like, hopefully Izzy doesn't lose. And then I start watching the fight, and I'm like, what in the world, dude?
Yeah,
what is going on?
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, so I hate not knowing the answer to it because I didn't look it up because I was just so starstruck by how Izzy lost that I could care less about the Tai Tuivasa fight after that. Granted, I love Tai as a fighter. So I don't know if that fight went to decision. I don't know if he got knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it ended because I was just mind blown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have no idea. I learned everything I learned from Dominic texting us.
Yeah, Dominic.
Which is a ballsy move because I remember 2 fight cards ago, UFC 292.
Mm-hmm.
I remember texting Dominic and him being like, "Don't fucking text me. I'm like 15 minutes behind you on the stream."
Oof. Okay.
So I'm sitting here going like, "Holy shit, did you see that?"
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Stop. I don't know."
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Dominic's just like, "Down goes Izzy."
Yeah,
and I'm
down
like, "Bro,
goes
what if I was watching this bitch?"
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But no, I just I didn't watch it. I was getting all my information from outside sources. I was too busy watching college football all day.
Yeah.
It was the first week where we had like a good amount of like games that were actually decent games.
Yeah.
The only teams that didn't have like decent games were teams that played somebody first round or first week.
Yeah.
So like LSU and Florida.
Yeah.
Florida plays Utah and got embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. They got embarrassed, and then they turn around and they play McNeese State.
Yeah.
Some
Exactly.
little tiny school out of Alabama.
Yeah.
Beat the dog shit out of them, by the way.
It was like 40.
49-7.
Yeah.
And the only reason they scored is because Florida's backup running back fumbled the ball on
Third
like the 15th. Yeah.
Wow.
3rd or 4th string, honestly.
Jeez.
But he fumbled the ball on the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
And they ran it in with like 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like Florida looked fucking good against that team.
Yeah.
And I know it's like it's a nobody. You're supposed to look good.
Yeah.
But it was everything that was wrong with the Utah game.
Yeah.
We corrected.
Yeah.
Lining up,
Yeah.
getting the calls in from the sideline.
Yeah.
Fixing all the little shit.
Yeah.
We have players. We have very good players. We have very good coaching. It was just little shit.
Yeah.
It was just like we went into Utah and our head was just like fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Not where it should be.
Yeah.
It was just like dumb shit, and they really fixed that against McNeese State. They look good. Graham Mertz even looked good. I know it's fucking crazy for me to say because I think that guy's dog shit. But
I hate that you're saying that about him. Especially when it's your team. I hate that for you.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, what I will say is he was dog shit when he was at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
He comes to Florida. I hope he becomes a fucking Heisman.
Exactly.
I really hope that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I really hope so.
Of course. Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. I mean, we got a huge fucking game coming up this week.
Yeah.
Me and Hannah leave
Oh,
tomorrow.
dude. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. So are you staying tomorrow night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So.
Okay. How long is that drive?
9 hours.
9 hours? Dude, I get it, dude.
I'm doing it, dude.
Yeah, I get
For
it.
the folks at home that don't know yet, me and Hannah are going to the Florida UT game at Florida, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Swamp, down in Gainesville, Florida. It's a 9-hour drive. Hannah has to work tomorrow. She won't get off till like noon or 1 o'clock.
At least she gets off before 5.
Yeah, she gets off early, so
Yeah.
her half days are on Friday.
Okay.
I'm off all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I wish we could have planned this earlier
Yeah.
and like taken the day off because we would have left tonight.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
drove halfway, stayed at a hotel, woke up, drove the rest, and it would have been so much nicer. But we'll get to Gainesville probably like 11, 11 p.m. tomorrow.
11 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a 9-hour drive. But then we wake up Saturday, boys, and it's game day in Gainesville, and we're going to watch that game in the Swamp. It's my first game in the Swamp.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm super happy for
Oh,
you.
dude, I'm going to send so many fucking Snapchats.
Yeah.
I'm so excited
Yeah,
for this.
that's really cool.
Even though we're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, go ahead with what you're going to say.
I think it's exactly what you're about to get into.
With that being said, Tennessee has not beat Florida twice,
Okay.
2 times in a row, since like 2003, 2004.
Really?
Yeah, 2003, 2004.
Okay.
Then after that happened, Florida went on an 11-game win streak.
Years in a row.
Years in a row.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
And also, Tennessee hasn't won in the Swamp. They've beat Florida at home 5 times since like 1954.
Yeah.
I think that's a statistic I heard.
Tennessee has beat Florida 5 times since 1954.
Well, no. Tennessee
In
has
Gainesville.
beaten Florida in Gainesville 5 times
Since 1954.
since 1954.
Okay.
Because when they first started playing, Tennessee was kind of winning that shit.
Yeah.
They ran it up.
Yeah.
But then ever since then, it's just been like a Florida domination.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. What I was gonna say was leading up to that. What is your view on how Tennessee did against Austin Peay? Because I kept checking the score, and I was like, it's the second quarter, and we're like, there's 8 minutes left in the second quarter, and the score's 3-3, and I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah. After the first quarter, it was like, I think it was like either 6-3 or 6-6,
Yeah.
and it was only like 13-6 at halftime.
Yeah.
I will say, Tennessee they've almost like took the scales like this.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, they were a first half team and they couldn't finish.
Yeah.
And then there was that year where they had, Hendon Hooker and all these,
yeah.
Jalen Hyatt, and they were just
Last
the
year.
first. In the second half, they'd play an entire game.
Yeah.
Now they're kind of this way.
Yeah.
The first half, they're flat, but they come out second half and they play a great game.
Yeah.
So that's where I think they're at right now. I think they're a very slow starting team, and I
Yeah.
think that has to do with the inexperience of Joe Milton.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. Was that game a ploy to not show too much of their playbook? Because it was a lot of running and a lot of wide receiver screens.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that it's Austin Peay? If you don't get that win, then season's over. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's over. You know what I mean? Was that game just a decoy to not show anything out of their playbook because you have Florida coming up?
Yeah.
That's a rival game. Then in October, Alabama, which we'll get to that. But you see what I'm saying? Do you think that's?
I 100% believe so.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And just like Florida is luckily, Florida was I think Austin Peay has a pretty good football program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're going to go out there and only run 5-6 plays
Exactly.
out of 2 different formations.
Yeah.
Obviously you're going to struggle, especially with the team against Austin Peay.
Yeah.
Florida did close to the same thing.
Yeah.
We had a couple plays where it's just we want to be show buddy and throw some shit.
Yeah.
But McNeese is just not that type of team.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
Austin Peay is going to run the score up on McNeese State.
Okay.
They're just not a good team.
Yeah. Do they play each other?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. But okay.
Same size school.
Yeah.
Austin Peay may be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But as it comes to football program and talent wise, Austin Peay is not bad.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that teams are looking at that.
Yeah.
You don't want to give your opponent too much because it's we could play the worst game possible. At first running terrible plays, same plays over and over, and then if they're playing with us and it's halftime like it was, 13-6, and then all of a sudden it's okay, boys, fuck this. We got to make something happen.
Yeah.
They can turn it on and be obviously this is Tennessee, that's Austin Peay. There's no reason.
Yeah.
We have the caliber players
Yeah.
that they have never even seen.
Yeah.
And they run away with it.
Yeah.
But I do believe what you're thinking is correct.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing. Because granted, we killed Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee killed Virginia.
Slow start.
But I think every Tennessee fan was okay, Austin Peay is going to be a statement game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 56-0.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, but it wasn't that way. You know what I mean? So that's where my head. So I was that's the only reasoning that I could bring into that would be okay, or we just not doing anything. like you said, 5 plays,
Yeah.
5 different plays on offense.
And a lot of teams did that. Bama did that their first game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did Bama play their first game? Like you said, a cupcake.
Maybe. It may have been South Alabama. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But
not a memorable team. Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's some cupcake team. They ran like 5 plays and they beat the absolute dog shit out of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's what you want to do. You want to go out there and treat that like a practice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
You don't want to go out there and show your entire hand to the rest of the SEC.
Exactly.
That's not smart.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Tennessee's got a great coach in Josh Heupel, was because he understands that.
Yeah.
You know, other coaches would be out there and just throw the kitchen sink at this guy just to make a statement. It's like, don't you want to make a statement against Georgia, and Florida, Kentucky,
and
Alabama, and Alabama?
Yeah.
And speaking of Alabama, that was a crazy day.
That is insane.
Saturday. That's the reason why I wasn't too focused on the UFC. Alabama lost to Texas.
Yeah, that's crazy.
34-24.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not only lost, they got handled. By Texas.
I see. I haven't looked up much in that. I'm gonna keep up to date with the Vols, but I'm not as college football gung ho as you. So this is definitely your area of expertise. So I would love to hear about it.
Well, for the last year, Texas-Alabama played.
Okay.
Alabama beats them by 1 point.
Yeah.
They beat them in Texas too.
Yeah.
At Texas.
I remember that. Yeah.
Beat them by 1 point with a game-ending field goal.
Yeah.
And it was a great game.
Yeah.
This year, Texas
it wasn't a high-scoring game though, was it?
No, it was like in the 20s.
Was it in the 20s? I thought it was maybe in the teens.
No, I believe it was in the 20s.
Low 20s or
low 20s.
Not that it matters, but anyway, yeah, okay.
Like it may have been like a 21-20 game or something. But yeah, it's a great game last year, and then they turn around this year, and it was a very, very good game. Texas kind of almost always had the momentum.
Yeah.
Alabama had a little bit there for a while.
Yeah.
But maybe in the third quarter. But Texas just kind of, they took the lead and just kept going with it.
Yeah.
I mean, really made a statement.
That's awesome.
Beating, the number one team, as people thought, in the West, or in the SEC. Especially with Texas and Oklahoma coming to the SEC next year.
Yeah.
That's a huge win.
Yeah, that's a big win.
Yeah, especially if they're in the West.
Yeah.
Just to be like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because years past, Texas has barely been a 500 team.
Yeah.
They always start off hot, and then they kind of dismantle throughout the season. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this because I like Steve Sarkisian. He's their coach.
Texas coach, okay.
I like him. I like his attitude. I just like everything about him. He's just a man of culture. He's just not man of culture in that sense, but like he brings a certain culture to the locker room, to the football team, to the university.
Yeah, he cares about the school's culture.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm with you.
He cares about what he and his program are projecting onto the state of Texas and his university.
Yep.
I really fuck with him. I hope they do well this year and they can make it interesting. I don't know what's going on with Oklahoma. They've been kind of quiet. But I think Texas making a statement against Alabama is crazy, especially like a statement like, we beat your ass.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that is
and
crazy.
it could be at the point like Texas is probably number 3 in the country.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the rankings.
Yeah.
But I think they're number 3. I think it was like a flip-flop thing.
It was with Texas and Alabama.
Yeah, because Texas was 11 and Alabama was 3. Yeah. And I think it's 3 and 11 now.
I think you're completely right.
Which is crazy. Alabama's outside of the top 10.
I know, and it's crazy that, which maybe it's because of their performance, but Tennessee moved back, went from 9 to 12. They're right behind Alabama, who Alabama's 1-1 and Tennessee's 2-0. But I guess it's just they were expected to slaughter Austin Peay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you want your team to be high in the power rankings, but
yeah. Which the rankings, I wouldn't really worry about the rankings too much.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have, if everybody was going undefeated, I would be a little bit worried about the rankings.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you go undefeated in the SEC, you're making the college football playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
If you go undefeated in the Big Ten, you're making the college football playoffs. If you go undefeated in the Pac-12, you're making the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, the ACC, maybe.
Yeah.
In the Big 12.
Yeah.
yes, probably with Texas there now.
Yeah,
They've got a lot of spotlight. But in Tennessee's eyes, like, fuck the rankings.
Yeah.
Until,
Yeah.
if you go undefeated, it's just like, punch your ticket, you're going.
Yeah.
Especially coming out of the SEC, that's the toughest football we got in the nation.
Yeah. It's very true.
But yeah, this game coming up is gonna be fucking exciting.
It will be.
I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
I don't think Tennessee's gonna blow us out of the water.
Yeah.
I fucking hope not.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to experience this.
As you should be. That's the only way to look at it. Dude.
Yeah.
You're there.
I'm there.
Embrace everything, bro. Because that's sick.
I know.
Yeah.
We've already got a lot of our stuff planned out. Like, I'm gonna go walk the campus.
Oh, that's cool.
I've always wanted, like, growing up, I always wanted to go to Florida.
Yeah.
Financial reasons, I could not.
I understand.
Your boy's already in debt just from going to ETSU.
Yeah. Hey.
I couldn't imagine what Florida would have been.
I know people in debt that went that Northeast.
Yeah.
That lost their Tennessee promise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's no joke, but I want to go, tour the campus. It's a beautiful campus. Go see all that. Go hit some bars downtown. There's a good nightlife there.
Yeah.
They do the Gator Walk into the stadium, so you get to go see the team. We're going to go do that.
Yeah.
Our Airbnb is like 3 minutes away.
Oh, nice.
From downtown and the stadium. So we just Uber right over there.
Exactly.
We're there for the day.
Yeah.
We're going to go do that. Maybe go hit a little brunch spot Saturday
Heck yeah.
morning, noon o'clock.
Absolutely.
And then go to the Gator Walk, go walk around Gainesville a little bit, see what they got to do, and then start tailgating.
Yeah. Kickoff's at 6?
7.
7.
It's a night game, baby.
Wow. As it should be.
So my first game in the Swamp's a night game.
Yeah, that's dope. Dude.
So the lights, maybe not at first, but at least by the third quarter.
Third quarter is going to be lit,
The lights are going to be like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, they just put in the stadium, they just put in these new LED lights.
Yeah.
And they do what Bama does whenever they score a touchdown. They shut off and shut on, shut off and shut on.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's
That's
like
cool.
one of those, like, I don't even know. It's like strobe almost. It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's sick.
That's really cool.
And I'm so lit.
Yeah, you should be, dude. That's awesome. I'm lit for you. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Expect a lot of videos on my Instagram and the Off the Rip podcast Instagram.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
gonna be posting it all.
Yeah, dude, run it up for real. That's
because
awesome.
the Off the Rip podcast supports both teams right here.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm kind of done talking about that. It's gonna be fun. I'll probably have more to talk about next week after we win. I fucking hope so.
Yeah, dude, I bet.
Oh, dude.
I'm actually going to a viewing party.
Are you?
For the Tennessee-Florida game, yeah.
Really?
Went to one last year.
Okay.
We ended up...
Is it like a business or like somebody's place?
No, it's at Fastenal. But it's at someone's place.
Okay.
But everybody goes. We ended up being at the casino until 4 a.m. last year. This year, we're going to the casino before the game. So, fingers crossed, and that'll definitely affect the attitude while watching the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, to move on from that, you, sir,
dude,
have had a little bit of a come up.
Bro.
Little bit is a very, very understated.
Very understated. Okay. So, and some of you may know what he's alluding to, but I had the biggest blessing of my life ever. I won't say ever. Let me just explain. So, I'll give you some backstory.
Sorry. Thank you. Try it again.
That's right. So every Saturday, me and Hannah go garage selling. And I usually look for vintage clothes, sports memorabilia, sneakers, and video games. Every Saturday. And I do a lot of reselling on the side. I'll add some stuff to my collection because I'm a big collector too. But then I'll sell some stuff as well to where I can add to my collection for free. Every Saturday, I get so lucky, dude. I've bought so many video games at garage sales. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, your YouTube channel is all about this.
Exactly.
And go follow Bailey on YouTube.
Please.
I'll plug the video, or I'll put it in the video, like, right here.
Yeah.
But, like, that's what his whole channel is about.
Exactly.
And if you keep up to date, it's just, like, you see, like, it's usually probably, like, either Sunday or Mondays, right? Tuesdays. It's Tuesdays. It's Tuesdays. You post every Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it's usually just like, guess what I got garage selling this past weekend.
Yeah. So, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
But every I get lucky every Saturday, and I get some crazy deals to where I'm making $150 to sometimes $300 profit, like every Saturday. No joke. This Saturday we woke up at 7, started garage selling around 7:30, and ended at 2:00, and I didn't find a single thing. But I just enjoy garage selling. I love doing it with Hannah. Hannah bought like $70 worth of stuff. And me and Hannah go in garage selling with two completely different mindsets. I'm like, where's the money to be made here? And she's like, okay, what can I find?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get that.
A
and
buyer
it's
and a reseller.
Exactly. But it's a great balance because I can make our day of garage selling free and we actually made money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I didn't find a single thing. So I was a little bummed. I'm like, I'm glad we got to go garage selling. Came back home. We grabbed some lunch, and after we ate lunch, I was like, we were watching Seinfeld, and I was just like on my phone. I was like, okay, I didn't find anything garage selling. Let me check Facebook Marketplace. So I'm scrolling Facebook Marketplace, and there's literally nothing. I scroll Facebook Marketplace for maybe 30 minutes and don't find a single thing. But every time I scroll Facebook Marketplace, right before I close out the app, I scroll back to the top and then refresh the screen. I refresh the screen, and there's this guy that has a pair. The picture is a beat pair of Jordan 1 Breds. And to the normal person, they're like, what? And he was charging $100 for them. So the normal person is like, why is this guy charging so much for this shoe? I see the inside of the shoe, and what I was telling you earlier, It didn't have a regular tag on it. The size of the shoe was printed on the inside of the shoe, like where the ankle is, okay? And I was like, there's no way, dude. There's no way this is what I think it is for $100. I'm legit trying not to just run out of my apartment naked.
Yeah.
Like, I'm that excited. I'm like, this is insane. I immediately messaged the guy. I was like, I will pay you cash today. I can drive to you. Meet me wherever. I was like, and then I was like, please message me back. I was like, there's no way someone else already hasn't like asked him for it, or someone else hasn't already offered to pay him more money. No one did. 45 minutes later, he messaged me back. And he was like, yes, I still have them. And I was like, okay, can you meet at 3:30? And at this point, it was 3 o'clock. And he was like, let me run home real quick. He was like, let me run home and grab them, and I can meet you at 4. And I was like, there's no way this is going through. There's no way this is happening. So I met him at the McDonald's in Gray, Tennessee. Meet up with him. Super nice guy. I then realized that this man he had a handicap tag. When I met up with him, I could tell he had trouble speaking. So I knew that this guy didn't really understand what he had, but he was an older man. He was probably in his like mid-60s, early 70s. Anywhere between that range. So I gave him the cat. I actually recorded a video on my phone just to have that for documentation. And if you listen to it back, you can tell that he's like struggling. Let me preface real quick. I'm not gonna let this guy be I'm not gonna take advantage of this guy. I have big plans for what this is in the future. Okay. But I make the purchase. I get back in my car. And dude, and you saw the Snapchat I sent.
Oh, yeah.
I was freaking out for every right reason. Ladies and gentlemen, for those that know, and for those that don't know, I'll explain to you. And this is why this is right here. I got a pair of 1985 Jordan 1 Breds. This shoe is 90% of every sneakerhead's grail shoe that they may never own. This shoe is the price of a used car. Yes, it's beat, but it's still intact. There's no heel drag on the bottom, For those sneakerheads that know what heel drag is, there's no heel drag on the bottom. They're not worn out. They're just beat, and they've been sitting in a garage for the past 30 years. This shoe is 38 years old. So I got a pair of Jordan 1 Breds for $100. There's this app called Check, which you send in like 20 pictures of your shoes, and they authenticate them for you. Yes, these are real. I got the results back yesterday. Yes, they're real. I paid $100 for these shoes. The average sale is between $2,000 and $7,000 on these shoes, because this shoe is the Air Jordan. This is the shoe that Michael Jordan wore his rookie year in the NBA, and they got banned from the NBA because every shoe you are allowed to have a white shoe with accents of a color of the team you're on. Michael Jordan was the first player to ever wear a shoe that was black and red. No white on it. These shoes got banned from the NBA. Every game he wore these shoes, he was fined $5,000. He wore them anyway, and Nike paid for his fines. This shoe was projected to sell 50,000 pairs in the first week. They sold 1.3 million pairs in the first week of releasing. This shoe is so iconic for many reasons. And I got them for $100.
That's so nuts, dude. That is so nuts.
There is so much more that I will be telling you guys in the future that have came up just because I can't tell you how many. I posted pictures of this on my Snapchat and my Instagram, and I had several people swipe up. First of all, reacting to being like, that's crazy. But I had people swiping up trying to buy them off of me.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Someone that is in your friend group that's similar to me, who would try to buy these shoes off me?
In my friend group?
Yeah. Jordan Jeffers.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
duh.
yeah.
So, Jordan.
J.
Yeah, dude. Shout out, Jordan. Dude, I get it, bro. These shoes are so fire, and I appreciate for the swipe up. But I got some crazy things in the works right now with these shoes. Just some crazy opportunities that I told Tucker. I was like, God has for real blessed me with the fact that I got these shoes, and the opportunities that have presented themselves because I have these shoes is mind-blowing. And I will keep you guys up to date whenever that plays out, because it's amazing. And, dude, it's nuts. It's nuts what has came up.
Dude, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, super excited for you, too, because, like, I know how much of, like, a passion this is for you. Like, not only just, like, you know, sneakers and reselling and video games and everything else like that, but, like, truly, like, ever since I've known you, like, since we were growing up, like, you've always been a sneakerhead.
Dude, it's been my dad is who put that on me.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've always, since I've known you, been a sneakerhead.
Exactly.
Like, always looking for the freshest pair of Jordans or
Yeah.
Nikes or whatever it is. And, like, especially, you're Nike. Nike's just fire.
Yeah.
Nike's got the fire shoes.
I got the Jordan 4 Breds on right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I do it.
Yeah.
I do want it to go be said, I'm not ripping this man off. With whatever plays out with these shoes, I'm going to bless that man the way he blessed me, because I'm forced to give that back. There's no with what is going to happen with these shoes, with who I'm in contact with, is mind-blowing. And I'm going to repay that man back, because the experience that I'm going to have alone, I'll pay $100 for that all day.
Yeah.
That man, with what comes of these shoes, that man will be repaid.
Dude, I am so excited for this.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
That's so fucking dope.
Yeah.
So happy for you for that, too, because
Thanks,
I know you, like, as a person, like, you were very, like, you're extra, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
You're very just, like,
Animated.
Yeah. Very, very much so. But, like, when you talk about something and, like, your voice, like, lowers and your tone gets chilled out, I'm like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah.
Like, this is big.
Yeah, dude.
You know? So
Yeah.
I'm super hyped for you, dude. That's crazy to sit here and look at these shoes and be like, I know what's sitting on that table. A lot of people don't, but, like, me personally, just from, like, you and what I know about the shoe game, like, that's fucking crazy. Those are sitting on our podcast table right now.
It really is. It really is. Like, no joke.
Especially for the giant price tag of $100.
Yeah, dude.
That's the nuts part.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It really is.
Because like $2,000 is like heel drag, sole falling off,
for real,
torn all to pieces.
Yeah, I know.
Dog got a hold of them.
It's because it's the Air Jordan.
Yeah.
It is the Air Jordan.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's nuts. It's nuts. And I'll send you a picture. These shoes were beat to hell whenever I got them.
Oh, I remember the video.
Yeah, exactly. I got a video that's going to be uploaded to my YouTube channel within the next couple of weeks of me restoring these shoes. And the difference between how they look then and how they look now is night and day. Granted, they're still beat. I can't get out scuffs.
Yeah.
But they look a lot better, dude.
Yeah.
And it really shows like the condition they're actually in because these are in good condition, as crazy as that sounds.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
It's a 38-year-old shoe.
Exactly. Yeah, and they've been sitting in a basement for the past 30 years. So
that's absolutely nuts.
But yeah, dude, I'm so excited for myself, and I don't want to be like boastful at all. So I try to tame my ego as much as I can because I know how big of a blessing this was for me. This doesn't happen every day. For sneakerheads, finding these the way I did is a dream. Mm-hmm. Literally, people will never experience that. It is a dream. The fact that I got these. Mm-hmm. So
no, I totally think I don't think you should be worried about that at all. Like your ego and boasting on that because this isn't something that just came about by happenstance. This is something that you've dedicated time and money and energy to, and you put like a ton of work into this. Like you are constantly working on stuff like this, and to stumble on this is very lucky, and is very like what you're saying is a dream that is not going to happen to a lot of people.
Yeah,
but it goes back to what we've always said is like, God doesn't give you a shovel to pray for a hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've been digging.
Exactly.
You've been working. And this is the fruit of your labor.
And I finally hit diamonds.
Yes, and it's fucking sick.
I've been mining for a while.
It's fucking sick, dude. It's so clean. That is so dope.
Man, I appreciate that, bro.
And that goes to show the viewers at home is just like, to people that aren't in the sneaker game or don't really understand that, it's just like everything he just said is complete fact and truth. Is like this is probably something that most sneakerheads will never see or much less own in their life.
Exactly.
So like that just goes to show you that like, bro, you put the work into something and you're truly passionate about it and you keep pushing, shit is gonna happen for you.
Yeah, dude.
Especially when you just put all that work and you put that faith up to God and let Him do the work, dude, He blesses you.
Dude, no,
100%. And even if you don't believe in God, like you put the work in, life rewards you.
Exactly.
Eventually, life is gonna reward you. You keep putting that work in.
100%. And it's like, is luck really luck after you put all the work in?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly, dude.
Opportunity plus time equals luck.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, dude, I really appreciate the kind words you just gave me. But yeah, like you said, it was all a blessing. Mm-hmm. It was all a blessing.
You kept that mindset so the ego's out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You're not sitting here being like, I did this shit. You know what I mean? You're sitting here just like, this happened, and instead of being like, this is me, it's like, nah, this is someone else. This is not me.
Yeah, exactly. This is all came from him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's sick, dude.
And I'm gonna give him the credit the whole way. Everything that comes of this, I'm so excited for what happens because I'm gonna bless the man that gave me these shoes as well. And there's a lot of things that are gonna come up of these, and I'm so thankful of that. Mm-hmm. I will keep you guys updated. You already know I'm gonna keep you updated, and things are looking up, dude.
Yeah, as soon as that YouTube video comes out, we're plugging it.
Yeah.
The 1 to however many YouTube videos come of this, we're plugging them.
At least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3.
We're plugging
It's going to be a series because some crazy things are about to happen.
Yeah, that's so sick, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped for you.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
But yeah, that was Bailey's come up.
Yeah, that was my come up, dude. That's the come up of my lifetime. This is no joke. Is a pivotal point in my life. Yeah. It's that big. That's that big.
So crazy.
You
bro.
know what I mean?
To transition to that, I guess you want to get over to go deep.
Let's go deep, dude.
All right, man. Let's go deep.
First of all, I was telling Tucker this off the camera. I love Go Deep so much. That idea is so fire. And I was telling him off the camera before this, Go Deep is my favorite segment. I love how it is legit off the rip. We don't know what the question's gonna be, and it's like we go deep, dude.
Yeah, we just unleashed the dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love this so much, so
Get that thing.
I'm ready to go deep, dude. All right, what we got? I like to be able to ask you the question. Oh my gosh, this is a hard question.
It is?
It is, but it isn't.
All right.
Is it easier to love or to be loved?
Well, no, that's not a hard one.
I don't think so either.
It is much harder to be loved.
Yeah.
It is so much harder to be loved.
I agree.
Because up until the point of meeting Hannah, like maybe about a month before meeting Hannah, was the first time in my life that I feel like I was truly ready to be loved.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of... Because, like, when you're younger and, like, in middle school and high school, you're dating around and everything like that, like, it's fun. You don't really understand the full, like, concept of marriage and partnership and everything like that. You're having fun. You're, being with somebody, experimenting and what have you. But after that, when you really are having that, like, battle with yourself and trying to understand yourself and realizing, like, why are these relationships failing?
Yeah.
Why can I not ever find somebody that I vibe with to the point to where, like, I could see myself marrying them?
Yeah.
It's because you don't truly love yourself.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And until you have the ability to love yourself fully and unbiasedly, you will never be able to have somebody else love you.
Yeah.
Because you got to deal with your own shit first.
Yeah, that's so true, dude.
I mean, there's so much in my life that I've had to deal with and question about myself and work on myself that up until a month before meeting Hannah, I was not ready to be loved by somebody. I would always question it. I would always have these problems. And I still do it from time to time now.
Of course.
But it's just because of, like, traumas and everything.
Yeah.
But I know that maturity-wise, like, I was ready for that. And Hannah's the perfect woman to be, like, to understand my traumas and anxieties I have, and instead of get mad at me for them or to, get in an argument about it, she understands it and she talks to me and we work through it. And it's just, like, the most mature relationship I've ever had. And because I was okay with myself, it's okay for me to accept that love and to not think that there's something wrong with her wanting to love me because I'm so broken and messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, 100%. And I think what you just described is the human condition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why you would think, yes, things are going to happen. That's they should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I fully believe that way. But yeah, dude, I couldn't agree with you more. It is way easier to love than to be loved. But then it's like, does it pose the question, can you fully love if you're not able to be loved? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yes, you can love, but maybe not to a full extent. You know what I mean? But I really could not agree more. It is, and it's so much better to give than to receive. You know what I mean? And you do have to love yourself. And we all have ugly parts of ourselves that we're not proud of. Like you said, just your traumas that you deal with and things that are, like, ugly about you and are gross. And you don't want to tell that to any other person. But whenever you can build a relationship with that, even if it's a friend, but with that friend or your relationship, man, there's something so beautiful when someone's accepting in that and doesn't look at you in a weird way. Or if, like, whenever you finally come out about, like, what's messed up about you and they accept you for what that is, dude, it's so beautiful. But you can push people away, and those are the people you don't want in your life either. You know what I mean? So I think it's. I could open up a whole can of worms. I feel about that question, but I couldn't agree more that it is so much easier to love than to be loved. But once you finally figure it all out, then all it is just You know what I mean?
No, I totally agree with you. I think for you to be vulnerable with somebody
Yes.
and for them to accept it and invite it
Yeah.
is like a total different definition of love.
Yeah.
It is so different.
Yeah.
And I think that's truly like, I think that's when you know is just like, okay, yeah, this person is somebody I want to marry.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's other factors that go into play there, but I think that is like the number one. It's like your ability to just be truly unapologetically yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because like we're all fucked up.
Yeah.
We all have our crazy
No,
parts about us.
Okay. Yeah.
We all have quirky shit about us.
Yeah.
But to find that one person that can truly like just accept you and be okay and like give you no doubts or reservations about that is awesome.
Yeah. I completely agree. And one thing you said that is accepting of love and then invite you to love them.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you both break down those barriers, and because they are a person as well.
Yeah, you create that safe space.
Yeah, exactly. And but they feel the same way that we feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Exactly. So
it goes both ways.
I think it's for every person, and there's greedy people, and you know what I mean. Maybe it is easier for some people to be loved, but then it's like if you think it's better to be loved, then it's like, do you know what love is? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's a different rabbit hole too, but what you said was a very beautiful thing to say, and it is. It's finding that in one another, and answering that question is a journey in the process of answering that question of is it easier to be loved than to love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you said, you have to love yourself first, and there's a lot of trials and tribulations that come into play whenever you're finding out how to love yourself, because it can be hard, you know what I mean? Like my problems are so much different than this other person's that I may know or have heard from a podcast, or my buddy told me that this guy has this problem, and it's like, no, like the quote that several people have said, that if you threw all your problems up in the air, you're definitely going to try to grab yours on the way down.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, just come to acceptance of that, because you are you. Everybody is special. Everybody has their own challenges, but man, where I really found to love myself is like, be freaking grateful for those challenges, because they make you a better person.
They make you who you are.
And they make you who you are.
Yeah.
And then, like you were saying, just whenever you can be yourself around everybody, whenever you can be yourself on camera, whenever you can be yourself in every aspect of life, you're truly free. And whenever you know, like whenever you feel just so good to give love, and it feels so good to receive love.
Yeah.
But you know how good it is to give love, to love. You know what I mean?
100%. I think every relationship that you have in your life, it's either described as a two-way or a one-way street. Either energy is going both ways.
Yeah.
When that's the relationships you want.
Yes.
Or energy is going one way.
Exactly.
Either you are putting all the energy into somebody else and it's never coming back, or somebody's putting a bunch of energy into you and you just can't find the way to make the energy go back to them.
Yeah, 100%.
And there's challenges with both sides of that.
There are, yeah.
But surrounding yourself with people where that energy transfer is neutral, where it's like you give and get,
yeah,
all, like the same, that's the relationships you want to. Because like in my own personal experience, I've had all three, as we all have.
Yeah.
We've had those energy situations where it's like, man, I'm really giving all I can to this person and I'm not getting anything back.
Yeah.
Or I'm not getting what I think I should get back.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
And there's also been situations where I've been sitting there and been like, I can't give this person what they need.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's rough too. That's
that
hard.
That one may be harder than the first.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially because it's easy to remove yourself from a situation, to say, all right, I'm done with this, I'm moving on. It's really hard to tell somebody that you are letting them down, that you are the reason. And it goes back to that whole cliche of people being like, you know, it's not me, or it's not you, it's me. Exactly. But honestly, I've always lived my life as pretty cliche.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
They are true.
Because, like, I'm not going to sit here and beat around the bush with somebody. Like, if I ain't feeling it, I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest with you. It may hurt your feelings and your ego, but I'm sorry. It's just the way I am.
Yeah.
I want to be honest with you because, one, I think I respect you enough to not waste your time.
Yeah.
And I want you to go find somebody or something that's going to give you the energy that I can't.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And it's not coming from a place of I don't like you or I disdain you as a person. It's literally coming from a place of love, being like, I'm sorry, I'm not this person. I can't be this person.
Yeah.
Nor will I ever be or want to be that person.
Yeah.
So I don't want to waste your time anymore, and I want to move on.
Yeah. Because I want this for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I love you
Yeah.
as a person.
Yeah.
Regardless of
Yeah.
relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Just for you being another person on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
I love you and I want you to find better.
Yeah.
I just can't do that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the hardest things to do.
It's very hard.
It's so hard.
It's very hard. And it's even harder to live in that stage of limbo whenever you know you're not happy, but that other person's pushing for you to be there. It is so, and being in the same situation, vice versa. It's so hard because it's almost like happiness can truly never be reached. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If someone has
it
that,
won't be reached.
it won't be reached. And
it will not be reached.
Exactly.
You can tell yourself it's going to.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there, and it's.
So you do.
You can play that game if you want to.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, bro, your mental health is gonna take a toll.
100%. Yeah.
Mine took a toll.
Yeah.
I've been to pretty dark places.
Yeah.
Over that type of shit.
Yeah.
And it's tough because you don't wish bad on that person.
Exactly.
You don't wish anything.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be that.
Yeah.
You wish you could be that, but
Yeah.
you just can't.
Yeah.
And you got to learn sometime, and that's what maturity is
Exactly.
to move yourself either from that situation or to be honest with that person and move on.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's what, though, that pain and that angst that you get from those situations, that's what we were saying about not avoiding that and just embracing it and taking responsibility for it, because those really define you. Those really make you who you are.
They do.
And they make you a better person because now when you go into that next relationship, you're that much more mature and it has that much better of a probability to succeed.
Exactly.
For you to find that person.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
and then when you find that person where that, you know, it's a two-way street, there's invitation, there's acceptance, there's understanding. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And there's honest conversations to be had. There's reality checks that you can give to each other. Whenever you respect that other person, and that creates so much more opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever you're not like, you should really think about what you're doing here or check this, and it's like not like what are you saying about me? What do you think? You like, what am I doing so wrong? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, let me think about what you're saying. You're right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, being able to say you're right's a big one.
Yeah, and being able to say you're right is huge because and you gotta swallow your pride, you gotta swallow that ego.
Or being able to admit you were wrong. Telling the other person
they're right.
Yes.
Correct.
The way you said that might have been taken weird.
Yeah, no, I was completely on your page. But yeah, dude, and that's a very hard thing. But being able to, if you can cultivate that relationship within your family, and if you can surround yourself with friends, and your relationship with that energy, with that direction, where other people are, where you can express your goals to all the people around you, they can help you stay on that path and correct you if you start to sway. Or if you're dealing with something and you can help talk to those people and they help you bear your burden, I mean, that is a happy life to me.
Yeah.
That's a happy life, regardless of what you're doing or anything. That is who you want to surround yourself with, and you're set up for success whenever you can surround yourself with those people.
I agree.
And for some people, it's hard. For some people, they were raised not that way. Some people got to find out how to love. Lil Wayne made a song about it.
Yeah.
How to love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can be hard. Some people weren't born with love. Some people have some hard traumas with their parents, and my heart is totally with those people.
Mm-hmm.
We're blessed in that aspect. We are so blessed. You know what I mean? And
well, I will say, I am one of those people.
yeah,
I am. You know, for those that don't know me, like, my real father, I was born out of wedlock.
Yeah,
so my
me
mom
too.
and my dad were not married at the time.
Yeah.
I don't really know I don't remember a time when they ever really liked each other, much less loved.
Yeah.
And then I had a stepfather, and I have a few memories of that.
Yeah.
Of actual love, being taught what love is.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, and I don't want to speak on that just because of what's happened with that situation.
Completely
I would never
understand,
want
man.
to put negative light on that.
Of course, I completely understand why.
But yeah, it was hard for me because I was
Yeah.
never given a good example
Yeah.
of that. You know,
Yeah.
I had to figure it out for myself, which most of my life I have had to do that.
Yeah.
I've had to figure that shit out by myself. I didn't have a father to teach me those things.
Yeah.
But like you said, going back to that is for a while you knew me. I was very angry,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because I had
dude.
that.
For real. Yeah.
That's an emotional and an honest emotional response to what I had to go through.
Yeah.
And not to make anybody else's situation seem light
Yeah.
in face of mine, but that's just me personally.
Yeah.
And I decided, there was a pivotal moment where I decided that, okay, either I can continue living like this and I can go down the same path as my fathers did and allow emotions and anger to control my life, or I can be different. I had this thought in my head that just kind of clicked for me one day. It was just I have been given a roadmap of every wrong turn to take.
Yeah.
Everybody would look at that and be like, you have had no examples, nobody taught you anything correct how to be this person that you want to be.
Yeah.
I was like, actually, they gave me the roadmap. I just got to do the opposite of everything they did.
Yeah.
They gave me the roadmap.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Yeah.
what I was saying. Is I had that pivotal moment of having that thought of being like, they taught me everything not to do.
Yeah.
They taught me how to be a man by not being that person for me.
Yeah.
And so I was able to spin that situation and take complete responsibility for it. Everything that has ever happened to me in my life, good or bad, is my fault.
Yeah.
It was under my control. I let it happen. I
Yeah.
allow it to control me. I allow it to invoke an emotional reaction out of me. So it's up to me to figure that out and make a different move.
Yeah.
And to go a different route.
Yeah.
So once I really sat down and took ultimate responsibility, like Jocko talks about,
Yeah.
my life fucking changed.
Yeah.
Completely changed. I took everything. I took the bull by the horns and moved that shit out. So with the whole parent side of things, I know this kind of took a turn down a hole, but
I love this, dude.
But yeah, my life is that pivotal moment of just being like, you know what, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be the example that was set for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a totally different route, and I'm gonna do something that no man I have ever seen or directly in my life has done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that being said, hats off to my mom.
Yeah.
I love my mom to death. My mom
Yeah.
has taught me more about being a man than a man ever will in my life.
Yeah.
And that's saying
Yeah.
a lot, because a mom can't really teach you everything a dad can.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
And that has nothing to say of that's not degrading mothers.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, there's two roles in that relationship for a child. There is a mother and a father. They teach different things.
Exactly.
I had to learn a lot of the father shit on my own, but with that being said, my mom, fucking hustler, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, she has taught me so much about being a man that I would have struggled to learn myself, but she gave me enough tools to figure it out and build myself the house that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that was the hardest bar. Dude, dude, I love you so much, dude.
I love you too,
man,
bro.
that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
I
It really
appreciate
was.
that.
Yeah, that was awesome. not to be like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
No,
But,
I know what you mean.
dude, I think there's definitely people that need to hear that, and I really appreciate. We fucking went deep, dude. That was good.
Yeah, we went deep,
man.
bro. Something hit a heartstring, I guess, bro.
Yeah.
I just decided to let it rip.
Yeah, dude. I felt that, and I was like, oh my gosh, keep going. Not.
I could see it in your face.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Because at first I was like, should I go that deep? Should I really be that like layer all out there like that? But I mean, to be honest with you, bro, like,
yeah,
I am okay having that conversation.
Yeah.
With literally anybody.
Yeah.
I do have a problem with oversharing. But
Yeah,
like if
yeah.
I'm feeling that vibe,
me too.
I know
Yeah.
we both do
Me
that.
too. Yeah.
But I think that's because of like, I truly believe subconsciously, me and you both are like inviting that.
Yeah.
We want people to know that we're okay with them laying their shit on us.
Exactly, dude.
Because
Yeah.
the only thing that comes from that is like one, and don't get me wrong, I know people, especially like strangers or people we kind of know, it seems like, okay, I don't want to tell them that because they may judge me.
Yeah.
But it's like the reason we are so like open and overshare is because we're almost inviting that.
Yeah.
We want people to know, hey, you're in a safe space.
Yeah.
Lay your shit out here because this is mine.
Yeah.
I don't
exactly.
care.
Exactly.
You know? And
Yeah.
I truly believe if more people did that, the connections that come from that is you just get such a deep connection. It gets so below surface level because I feel like the world is so surface level.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, dude, it is. It is. And then you create space to collaborate. You create you will have some of the best conversations you've ever had in your entire life if you can have those conversations with people.
100%.
That's why we started this whole freaking podcast, is because of the conversation that we just had.
100%.
That's exactly why we did this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
These are the conversations we have.
We have. Yes.
Yeah, we've had these conversations
Yeah.
over and over and over again.
Yeah. And that is the culture we want to build around this bitch. I mean, for real though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
100%. This is what it's about.
Yeah.
And I honestly I'm so happy that idea came to me for this Go Deep segment, is because it opens that up.
Yeah, it did.
Because we did our first podcast and it was like that.
Yeah.
But it was so off the rails and untamed that like it's honestly like a Kanye interview. You can barely follow it.
Yeah.
Even though you understand it and you know where he's going,
Yeah.
he just can never close the circle and
Exactly.
finish the thought.
Yeah.
But that's what I think this Go Deep thing does, is it allows, like, it basically just warns people up front, hey, we're about to go nuts.
Yeah.
So just try and follow.
Yeah.
And if they can, we usually end in a really good place.
Yeah, I completely. That for that reason alone is exactly why I was like, this is my favorite segment, dude. It's fire. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I love it, man.
Because
it's fun.
it's off the rip.
It is off the rip.
It's off the rip.
And we just kind of go where we go.
Yeah. And dude. And
Which is that's what I've always said too, is like, whenever you and Hannah come over and we're all hanging out.
Yeah.
It's like, Hannah always jokes all the time. My Hannah always jokes all the time. She's just like, we get together and you guys just go off.
Oh yeah.
And like, we'll just somehow or another always find ourselves just like away talking amongst each other.
Yeah.
Just like either throwing ideas off each other or just talking about shit and going so deep.
Yeah. Whenever you can be that vulnerable, you can create a space that you know it's okay with another person. And it's like, we're not talking about heavy shit all the time.
No.
Whenever you create that space, there's some dope ideas that you could come up with.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
And if we step up to the side, be like, yo, dude, I got a really good idea about this thing. Hear me out. You know what I mean? It's like, go
or
ahead.
just like, have you heard this song?
Yeah.
This is what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then what do you think about that?
Yeah,
or just like, do you think he's really meaning this and that? And it's
Yeah.
just like, it just goes deep.
Yeah, it goes deep, dude. Oh, man. I don't know what to say. I feel great.
I do too.
I'm blessed.
Blessed. I guess what we're gonna end this on is we both agree that it is very much easier to love than it is to be loved.
100%. 100%.
It is very hard to accept love, especially if you're not in that place of loving yourself.
Yeah.
Fully.
Yeah, and that can be a hard thing to find.
Yeah.
That can be a hard thing to find. But you can find it. But
Absolutely. Focus on yourself.
focus on yourself in a non-selfish way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, I'm gonna say be selfish.
be selfish until you find that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Be selfish, but don't lose yourself.
Exactly.
Be selfish, but don't lose yourself, because you have to be selfish sometimes. There's times where you have to have your ego. There's times you have to have a negative trait about you to do something.
Yeah.
There's times you have to use anger. There's situation
I
calls for
completely
it.
agree. Yeah.
I mean, that's the
100%.
reason the emotion exists.
Yeah.
It's because there's situations that call for
There's
it.
reasons that every emotion exists.
Exactly.
Because of that. It
Just
is a
don't-
tool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just don't lose yourself,
Yeah.
and
But-
you will find it.
Yes, but lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. You better never
And
let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Dude, I had to.
Oh, God.
I had to.
I knew you had to. As soon as you kept going, I was like, yep, man. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. All right. Well, that was our Go Deep segment. I guess we can get right over into the starting five.
Let's go to the
and
starting
wrap
five.
her up. It's time to get into that starting five.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I'm ready for this.
Me too.
So we put a poll up on Instagram. It was very, very close.
Yeah.
It was very close. We had a 3-way tie up until like 2 hours before shooting this podcast. And then we had a 2-way tie, and then finally it got broken. So our starting five this week is going to be PlayStation 2 games.
I'm so lit on this, dude.
Dude, I'm so
Oh
lit
my
too.
gosh.
If you're a gamer, your progression of consoles, our age, you either were blessed enough for your father to be into games and got a PlayStation 1.
Same, bro.
And then after that, you had a PlayStation 2. And then after that, you got the 360. You went
Yes.
over to Xbox.
Yes, sir.
And after that, you went PS4. And then PS5.
Dude. Yeah.
That's your progression.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
you're a true gamer.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
we're taking PC people out of this. PCs are in their own animal.
Yeah.
But if you're a console player, that's your progression.
Yeah. And there were those one-off kids out there that had a GameCube. Mad respect.
Yeah, that's true.
GameCube had some fire games.
GameCube
Fire
was
game.
fire.
I grew a high appreciation for GameCube way later in my life.
Yeah.
Within the past couple of years, GameCube's so fire.
I never had a GameCube, but I always played GameCubes at other people's houses.
Same.
And
But I
I
have a
was-
GameCube now.
Yeah, like
You know what I
I got the controller in my hand. I was like, "What the fuck
What
is this?
Why is the A so big?
Why is there 3 handles?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy.
But yeah,
That's
we're
an
gonna,
N64. 3 handles.
what I thought GameCube had you had it here, and there was like a little like another part that came down.
That's the Nintendo 64.
Really?
Yes, I promise. I swear. Yeah.
Well, I never had one. So there you go.
Yeah, but GameCube, dude, fire.
GameCube games are fire.
Because there was a lot of
like Kingdom Hearts, right?
Kingdom Hearts was also on PS2.
I never had it on PS2. I played it on a GameCube though.
Really?
Yeah.
GameCube. GameCube. The fire GameCube hits. You had like Super Mario Sunshine. You had Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Strikers. All the Sonic games were on GameCube. Great games on GameCube. But yeah, no, the handle, another handle with the joystick in the middle.
Yeah.
Nintendo 64.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like 1998 to 2001. A lot of Nintendo 64 games, which is a fire console as well. Great console. But yeah.
Okay.
Just so we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about it. I just remember the very vague memory of playing the GameCube.
Yeah.
I didn't play it a lot, but yeah, our starting five this week's gonna be PS2 games. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Dude, I do not care. I will go first. I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
I'll go first. Oh my gosh. So starting five. You already know the order. 5 being my least favorite. 1 being my favorite. Number 5, I'm gonna have to put in here Resident Evil 4. Dude. This game changed survival horror, the genre, forever. You know what I mean? It was the first Resident Evil game that was a over-the-shoulder, third-person view. It was no longer the over-the-top tank controls to where it's like weird to operate your character. It was full-on over-the-shoulder view of you. I mean, it changed video games forever. For real. Resident Evil 4 is my number 5. It's a fantastic game. I grew a huge appreciation for that game later in life as well. Earlier this year, we got the remake of Resident Evil 4, and it is a fantastic game.
It's a terrifying game.
It is so scary. I remember I was sending you some Snapchats, and I'm like, dude, what is this game right now?
Mm-hmm.
But playing that game on the PS5, dude, that game is so freaking fun. I could not suggest the remake enough to anybody. Granted, the first Resident Evil 4, such a great game. Got to be my number 5. It's fantastic. Number 4. This is my number 4, dude, and you already know what it is. Number 4 is Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1. I know it sounds cliche that I'm putting a Call of Duty in here. They didn't make it for the 360. They didn't make it for the PS3.
This is a Call of Duty that is regardless of multiplayer. Fuck multiplayer.
Yeah.
This is one of the best stories ever.
110%, dude.
Campaign unmatched.
For real, though. Like, forget the fact that it's a freaking Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1 tells one of the best stories of all time, and it is the Big Red 1 Infantry Division.
101st Airborne Division.
101st Airborne Division. And it is... Tucker knows way a lot more about World War II history than I do, or history in general. But the story it tells makes you want to learn more about World War II. It brings out emotions in you because there's characters that die in this game. R.I.P. my dude Brooklyn. Dude, this game, I'm not trying to spoil it for anybody, but you should, even to this...
It's been out for 20 years. You got to play this game.
Dude, it still holds up. It's that good. It is such a good game that you got to give it a shot. Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1. It's only... I'm sure there's emulators now, but it's only on the PS2 and the original Xbox. Dude, such a good game.
Great game.
Such a good game. Alright, that's my number 4. Number 3, and I know this has got to be on Tucker's list too. My number 3 is Sly Cooper 2, Band of Thieves.
Yep.
Sly 2, Band of Thieves, bro.
It's on my list.
Oh my gosh, dude. I could talk forever about this game. I platinumed this game on the PS5. Like, I got the whatever freaking subscription I needed to get to play the old PS2 and PS1 games and PS3 games on PS5. And Sly Cooper 2, dude. The rest of the games I'm going to mention hold up until this day. They are fantastic games. Mm-hmm. Sly Cooper is one of the mascots for PlayStation, period. It's made by Sucker Punch Games. You have to watch the little intro every time it cuts on. You're forced to, and it's like, I don't get tired of it.
Sly Cooper is that shit, dude.
Sly Cooper is that shit.
I play it to this day.
I just did.
Yeah.
I just finished it. It is such a fantastic game, dude. If you know Sly 2, then you already know what we're talking about. Fantastic game, easily. Sly 2 is on my list. Number 3. So my number 2, just like Sly 2, is in a different number of what it is in the series, but my number 2 is in the Jak and Daxter series, and it is Jak 3. Jak 3 is Jak 2 on steroids. In Jak 2, Jak is no longer that little innocent kid that doesn't talk the whole game. He now talks. He now cusses a little bit. He now has guns that he didn't have before.
Yeah.
This dude is packing heat, and instead of just 4 different guns, you get 12. You get 3 of each different type of gun section, whatever you want to call it, category. And dude, it's pretty much PlayStation's version. I mean, Grand Theft Auto was on PlayStation, but it's a 3D platformer that is like Grand Theft Auto. You can steal cars, you can drive cars in the desert, you get guns, you get automatic guns, you get shotguns, you get single shotguns. Dude, Jak 3. I could talk about that game all day, bro. I'll probably get Jack and Daxter tattooed on me at one point in my life. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking at all.
I know you're not kidding.
Jack 3 is legit, like, it's so goated for me. It could easily be my number one. But
we know the number one
with
is.
that being said, number one, that PlayStation mascot, dude. Ratchet and Clank.
Yep.
I'm not talking about any of the other ones. Granted,
they're all great.
They're all fan-freaking-tastic. Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked was the first Ratchet and Clank game that was co-op. You could play it with a friend. I know me and you played it together.
Yep.
Back when we were youngins, dude. I'm talking about Ratchet and Clank 1. The game that started it all is my number one game of all time. Number one PS2 game of all time. Ratchet and Clank 1, dude. The amount of upgradability, what really draws me to a game is the upgradability and seeing your character progress as you upgrade. So in like Ratchet and Clank 1, whenever you unlock a new weapon, and it like goes into a cutscene every time you unlock a new weapon, and it's like, oh my gosh, I just got the incinerator, which is the flamethrower in that game.
Yeah.
Or the blaster, which is like an automatic gun that shoots like spears. Dude, it's so good. And then you can change your outfits. You can put a different helmet on them. You can put a different chest piece on them. You can put boots on them. Multiple different options, but you get to just make him look so cool. Mm-hmm. Clank starts off as just this little guy on your back. Then he gets a little helicopter. Then at the end of the game, and then you go underwater. He gets a little water pack on him to where he can go through the water, and then at the end of the game, you're rocking him and he has a freaking jetpack on him.
Yep.
So you don't need the helicopter anymore. You got the jetpack, Clank's a jetpack, then you got Ratchet decked out in whatever gear you want. And dude, Ratchet and Clank 1 is one of the best PlayStation 2 games, if not the best, of all time. Of all time. That's my number one. I just recently, the whole reason I bought a PS5 was for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and today, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is my favorite video game of all time.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is my favorite game of all time. But dude, it just, every Ratchet and Clank fan, it answered everything for them. It was beautifully just a sequel after a sequel after a sequel, and I could say that probably 10 times until it finally reached that. Mm-hmm. But I own every single Ratchet and Clank game for a reason. Every single digital or physical release they had, I have the game on disc. Ratchet and Clank is goated.
Dude.
Ratchet and Clank, my number one.
Fantastic starting five.
Thank you, sir.
That was great. Ratchet and Clank is goated for sure.
Dude, it's so good.
I'm gonna start my starting five for this, but I will start with an honorable mention.
Do you want to do honorable mentions last? Because I got something to pop off too.
Yeah, we can do honorable mentions last.
Let's do honorable mentions last.
I'll do honorable mentions last.
Yeah.
All right. So, getting into my starting five PlayStation 2 games of all time, my number 5 is Madden 08.
Dude, bro.
Okay. Everything from the gameplay to the customability, the customization, you could do anything in that game.
Yeah.
You could create your own player. Yeah. You could make him as fat and as fast as you wanted to.
Dude.
You could do anything. I mean, it was insane.
7'10".
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Or you can make homie 5'4".
Yeah, exactly.
300 pounds.
Yeah.
Fast as Michael Vick.
Yeah, exactly.
Madden 08 is just goated, dude. I mean, you could play by yourself for hours. You could get your homie over and you guys go head to head. I know I pissed Bailey off one time because I beat his ass so bad 3 times in a row on Madden.
First, let me interject here. He pissed me off. So me and Tucker used to stay the night with each other all the time. He was over at my house, and this was over the summer, so it was a long weekend. We had been staying with each other for like 3 days.
Yeah.
We made a little bracket for Madden 08. He whipped my ass like 6 times in a row. I got so mad that I wanted him to go home, and I told him I was done. We played one more game, and I was like, and I think he played as like the freaking Texans, and I was like either the Titans, the Colts, or the Patriots. One of the 3 best teams at the time.
Yeah.
Because Vince Young's on the cover of that game. He beat me again. 30 minutes later, his mom came to pick him up to take him home because I was so angry with him because I lost 7 games in a row in Madden 08. And I just did not want to be around him. I was like, dude, this is not fun for me. You know, I was so angry, dude.
Yeah.
But
after that, we had a rule I couldn't use the Patriots, and I still whipped that ass.
Yeah, dude, still. And,
I absolutely love that game. They introduced the whole, like, skill games where you could go in and, like, you know, earn medals for your player and everything like that. It's so much fun. You create a team. There's so much, like, creative ability there. It was such a good time.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that might be the Madden they introduced the hit stick.
They did.
Where you, with the right analog stick, you just point it in the direction that the player is, and it just, it
levels a motherfucker.
Levels them, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, my number 5 is Madden 08. My number 4 is a game I was introduced to probably way too young, but it is an incredible game, incredible story. The free roam is you don't even have to play the story to have a good time because you had cheat codes. GTA San Andreas.
Son, CJ. Oh shit.
Yep.
Here we go again. Yes, sir.
Fuck the ballers, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Grove Street
Grove
for life.
Street, dude. Grove Street, son.
GTA San Andreas was the shit. You could play that entire storyline. Such a huge map. It was the same map as GTA 5.
Yeah.
You can find similarities in both games. You can go to Grove Street.
Yeah.
In GTA 5.
Compton.
Yeah, it's Compton. It's LA.
Yeah.
But GTA San Andreas was just one of those games where it's just like, as a young kid playing that game, it was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
M-rated. I don't know why my parents are letting me play this. I can go to a strip club. I can fuck a hooker. I can kill the hooker.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like...
Yeah. No kidding.
Unchained.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want to in this game. And it was different.
Hijack a helicopter in that game.
You can go to a military base, get
spawn
a fucking plane.
tank.
You can spawn a tank.
Dude.
Unlimited health, unlimited ammo.
Yeah.
I had pages on pages on pages of cheat sheets for everything I needed in that game.
Yeah. There is a NBA player, and I feel like you've probably seen this.
I know what you're talking about.
He has the cheat codes,
ammo.
infinite ammo codes tattooed on his arm.
I was talking to him about that the other night.
That's sick, dude.
It's sick.
I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is
either, but he does. It's like X circle, triangle, square, up
R1, R2, L2.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the cheat code, but yeah. GTA San Andreas, my number 4. My number 3, and I was kind of between 2 and 3 on this one, but my number 3 is Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Most Wanted, bro.
The, in my opinion, best Need for Speed game they have ever made.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
It is.
Free roam, you can drive around, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Your cars can look so fucking sick. There's so much customization there.
Yeah.
The Blacklist was the best storyline of a Need for Speed game ever. Live action actors.
Yeah.
So it was like, you felt real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you also had the ability to pink slip somebody and take their car.
Dude, that was next level.
That was
those races.
That would help you so
gosh.
much. If you could take somebody's car,
yeah,
you were in another ballpark.
Yeah.
You were ready to take on the next guy immediately.
Yeah, and dude, that was the first Need for Speed that I think had the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo
8
in that game.
The Evo 8.
Evo 8. Dude.
It had that and the WRX STI.
Dang, son.
Yeah. I mean, game was fucking good.
It's such a great game. Putting the body kits on your cars, leveling up the nitrous, putting some decals on that bitch. Oh my gosh, son.
Dude, I'm telling you, that game is fucking goated.
It
And
is.
not only that, is they introduced the police pursuit aspect of the game into that game.
Yeah.
To where you could just be driving around having a great time, and then all of a sudden it stops and it zooms in on the cop that saw you. And you're in a pursuit. Yeah. And you got to evade the police. Yeah. Dude, that is such a fun game. I've played that game for hours on hours on hours.
Oh, dude, I get why, dude.
So, my number 3 is Need for Speed Most Wanted. My number 2, Call of Duty Big Red 1.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Like Bailey said, I'm a history buff. I can tell you everything there is to know about World War II. I've studied it. And this game is the game that got everything right. And it encapsulated not only the story and how history played out, but it puts you into a game that it literally feels like you're playing in a cinematic masterpiece. Not only is this game, mechanics-wise, fun as shit, you know, you're killing Nazis, what can be better? But the story, the way the characters develop, the story it tells, the way you get bonded with this video game, and the emotions that it can evoke. I've cried after playing this video game
No joke.
as a kid.
Me too.
When it when what says R.I.P. Brooklyn, when that
Yeah,
happens, dude,
dude,
it's just like your heart is ripped out of your
It
chest.
is. It really is.
And a game, especially a Call of Duty game that we know nowadays is just the same thing over and over and over again, multiplayer wise. For a Call of Duty game to have this campaign to get you so emotionally invested, as I believe this game was where Call of Duty was like, yeah, we're different.
Yeah.
They built everything they had off that game because that game was the shit.
No kidding.
Played the game so much. So yeah, my number 2 is Call of Duty Big Red 1. My number 1, you probably know what it is.
I do know it is.
I played it for years. I play it to this day. I beat this game 100 times over.
Yeah.
It's Sly Cooper 2, Band of Thieves.
Band of Thieves, bro.
That game is different.
Yes,
It's
it is.
so much fun. It is fucking hilarious.
It is.
Even as an adult, it's
Yeah.
hilarious. The adult humor that was in it. As a kid, I found some of the other things funny that were just more subtle,
Yeah.
or not as subtle.
Yeah.
But the game itself is just incredible. It just Sucker Punch knocked it out of the park.
Yes, they did.
And that entire collection itself is amazing.
Oh, it really is.
They kind of ruined it with Sly 4.
Thieves in Time.
Thieves in Time.
Yeah.
They changed the graphics and everything, and they changed voices, and that was just eh. But the first 3,
Yeah.
unmatched.
Yeah.
Greatest games of all time. Sly 2, the greatest game of all time.
It is goated, bro. It really. I mean, Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Those are the 3 mascots they choose to put on PlayStation.
That is the PS2 Holy Trinity.
That is the PS2 Holy Trinity. No shit.
Yeah, no shit.
That's the whole reason you had a PS2. And if you had a PS2 and didn't play at least one of those 3 games, dude,
Yeah.
you got to go back.
I mean, it's like being a kid and watching either Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, or Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
You watched one of those 3.
You had to.
If not all of them.
Yeah.
But you had to have at least watched one
Yeah.
of those 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great comparison because those games are so good.
So good.
Oh my gosh, bro. You want to pop off on some honorable mentions real quick?
I do have one honorable mention. Let me pop off 2 real fast. 1, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, dude.
I play that game to this day.
Yeah, I did.
All of them.
To this day.
To this day.
Yeah.
I played them to this day. Ratchet and Clank, the first one, the very first original. Ratchet and Clank, Going Commando. Ratchet and Clank, Up Your Arsenal.
Yes,
Ratchet
sir.
and Clank, Deadlocked.
Son.
I mean, dude, they're all fire.
Fire.
And they hold up to this day. They're fun as shit.
They're so good.
The other honorable mention I do want to put out there is the kind of a groundbreaking game. Guitar Hero 3.
Oh, dude, Guitar Hero's a great one.
And 2 and 1.
And 2 and 1. 1 is what started it all on
But
PS2.
3 was that one where it's like everybody had that game.
Legends of Rock, bro.
Everybody had that game.
Dude.
I remember me and you getting that game the
Simultaneously.
same Christmas.
Exactly.
And you riding to my house with the guitar strapped to your back
On my back, bro.
on your bike to come play that game with
Yeah.
me. We played it Christmas Day.
Christmas fucking day, I rode to his house
and
with a
stayed
guitar.
the night.
With a guitar on my back. So we could play it in 2 players.
Yep.
We both got Guitar Hero same Christmas.
We called each other and said, "Bro, did you get Guitar Hero 3? Yes? Alright, you want to come over and play?"
Yeah, dude. No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. But and then I remember getting there, and it's like you were already on like level 3 because there's like different maps.
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't made it this far yet. I was like, why are you gonna do this without me? Oh my gosh, dude! Guitar Hero 3 is such a great honorable mention.
Yeah, great game.
That's
and my last honorable mention, and this is one that maybe not everybody's heard of, but like it was a staple in my childhood. We talked about it right before this. True Crime LA.
True Crime LA.
Kind of a GTA spinoff.
It was,
but dude,
yeah.
Holy shit, the story of that game.
Yeah.
After we get done here tonight, I'm gonna be watching Thursday Night Football, but I'm probably gonna pull up True Crime LA
Walkthrough. Yeah, dude. No,
and just watch the story back because I need a refresher,
Yeah,
dude. That
yeah.
game was fucking fire.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, watch that shit back. Oh, and I was telling Tucker before, the Xbox version of that game is unbeatable. You can't beat it. It glitches at the end. You legit cannot beat that game. It's on Game Ranks or IGN's like hardest games ever, and it's like in the top 5 because you legit just can't beat it. The game is bugged and you can't beat it, which
Yeah.
sucks on the Xbox version. But I think that's
PS2
crazy.
game you can.
You can.
PS2 you can.
Yes, sir, you can.
And another one that kind of popped in my mind was the Lego Star Wars trilogy.
Whew, dude.
Original and new trilogy.
Dude.
Both of those games. There was one game where they had the Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga.
Yeah.
And you could play all 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin Brody, dude, co-op the fuck out of that game.
Dude, that was the only way to play that game.
Yep.
Is if you had someone else to play
And you
with.
could create your own Lego guy.
Yes.
Different head. You could have like a Darth Maul head with like a Tusken Raider chest piece and a Jar Jar Binks legs. And dude, yeah.
No, dude. I mean, that is a great game.
Yeah.
And then just all the characters being blacked out at the beginning.
And you gotta earn them all.
And then you gotta earn them all. And then whenever you finally beat the game and then go back and do the levels that you had to redo again, and it's like, okay, I gotta unlock this guy.
Yep.
You know what
I
I mean?
gotta unlock those red bricks.
Yeah,
I gotta
exactly.
get them gold bricks.
Yeah, get the gold bricks. I got 100% the level.
Yep.
Dude, the Star Wars trilogy is so fire. My honorable mentions consist of, dude, Silent Hill 2. One of the scariest games of all time. That is such a groundbreaking game for the survival horror genre. Silent Hill 2 is goated. It is so good. Oh my gosh.
I've never been too big into like horror games, but I had a buddy, Gabe Woods. He was really big. Him and his brother Ben were really big into horror games.
Yeah. Okay. Quick cut. Our camera just died. So I'm gonna continue with the honorable mentions. I just said Silent Hill 2, great horror game. But just to mention off some more honorable mentions for the PS2, I gotta say, the God of War franchise.
Oh yeah.
You had mentioned Shadow of Colossus, Guitar Hero 1, 2, 3.
World Tour, Rock the 80s, Crash Bandicoot. Shit, that's a good one.
You know,
You also said Dark Watch. I
Dark-
never played it, but
Dark Watch, he plays Jericho Cross. He's a vampire slayer. Dude, that game is so fun. Great co-op game. Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks. If they really focused on the co-op of that game, if you play it, like the story mode is mainly co-op.
Mhm.
Like it's not just you can fight each other, but it's like mainly a co-op. You play as Liu Kang, and Kung Lao. Such a good game, dude. Fantastic. Oh man, the video cut off, and I had listed so many more. But dude, so many great PS2 horror games. What
PS2 games in general, like
Period.
that whole era of gaming will never be matched.
Yeah, dude. What we had said, man, if you grew up on a PS2, original Xbox, GameCube, Tucker had said, that's the golden age of gaming. I couldn't agree more. Though, I mean, it's so hard to match any of those games now to this day.
Yeah,
This day. You know what I mean? They're so great, and they all are still playable to this day, and the feeling you get while playing those games is still so fun.
Yeah,
so easy to enjoy.
And I honestly think it's kind of better playing them now, just because you have the nostalgia factor added into the fun that you used to have playing those games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how a game holds up so well to the point where you're like, I still enjoy playing this game just as much as I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And
No kidding.
dude, that era of gaming is so unmatched.
Son, I just had two more games pop in my head.
Go ahead.
That I know you're gonna go off on because
Alright.
they're that good. NBA and NFL Street Volume 2.
Fuck, dude.
NFL Street 2. NBA Street Volume 2. Oh my gosh. EA Sports. Big.
Yeah.
Dude, those games are so fire.
Fire.
It's
NBA Volume 2 and the original NFL Street.
so
Bro,
gosh.
you remember? Okay, so they had NFL Street, NFL Street 2. Then NFL Street 3 came out with Ocho Cinco
Chad
and
Johnson,
the
bro.
football. And
Gold
every
teeth.
kid had that fucking
I had that football, bro.
I had that football
I
too.
had that
the
football.
white, orange, and black.
Exactly.
The spiral.
Oh my gosh, dude. Such a
If you weren't playing with that football, what are you doing?
Exactly. Either that or the Nerf football.
Yeah.
The orange
And
Nerf.
to be honest with you, every time I would go to the park or anything like
Yeah.
that,
You take that ball?
kids were like, hey, bring the street ball. Because we're playing street football. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted a normal football. Down the wrong pipe.
It was. It was long and skinny.
Yep.
Like it wasn't like the mass of like a normal football.
No.
It was long and skinny.
You threw it and it sounded like.
Oh, dude, and it looked so cool as it was spinning through the air, dude.
Yep.
That game just popped in my head that I didn't say before the camera died. That game is so freaking fire.
Yeah.
Both of those games are just goated to this day.
Goated.
Oh my gosh! So
we could sit here and
we could
raffle off these games all night long.
We really could.
There's so many good PS2 games that we're not even close to mentioning.
100%.
So many of them.
100%.
But yeah, to save everybody some time before our camera dies again, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode 12. Again, if you've stayed this far into the video, we appreciate you. We really appreciate everybody that's been giving us engagement, whether that's subscribing, liking, or on the Instagram page, following, commenting, voting on our polls. We really appreciate everybody. So keep it up, and we're gonna keep pumping out this content for you guys. We really enjoy doing this, and but yeah, that's gonna be a wrap for episode 12. Don't forget to go down below, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, we'll see y'all next time.
That's right.
All right.
Do it again. Peace.